Hi guys, today I am going to explain about incremental load, how to do the incremental load from source to the stage and stage to the target. What are the methods we have to follow to do the incremental load? Okay, for that, okay, I'm doing this mapping in revision mappings. This is my folder. In this folder, I want to do the mapping. Okay, click on open. Okay, I will do the new mapping for incremental load. So that's why click on go to mappings and create one mapping here. M__ incremental load SRC source to SRC to STG. Okay. Now go to source analyzer. Okay, we have to import our source table. For that, go to sources menu and click on import database. For source table, we have to connect to the source schema, and here connect to the source schema. Here click on tables and select the source table. My source table SRC employees 10. Okay, click on OK. Now go to target designer. In target designer, now I am going to do the incremental load mapping is from source to stage. Okay, for that, this is my source table. Okay, here target is our stage schema. Okay, for this target, go to targets, import from database, and connect to the stage schema. This is what STG does, and this is my stage schema. Okay, username and owner name is same. OT STG dev10. Okay, now connect to the stage schema, and this I have my stage table. Okay, because my target, here the stage table is the target, right? So if the same structure, this table is same structure, having the same structure like source table. Okay, now for this you have to create the structure in your stage schema. Okay, this is my go to Oracle, click on OK, connect to Oracle, and you have to create the table structure. Okay, stage employee ID. This is my stage schema. You have to create the stage employees 10 table structure here. Only structure you have to create here. Okay. If you create the structure here, then only it will appear in this tables folder. Okay. In your state schema. So now I created that STG employees 10 table structure in stage schema, right? Okay, I have this stage employees 10 table with structure. It is having in my stage schema, right? So that's why it is appear here. Now my target is stage employees 10. Okay, so that's why click on this and click on OK. Now I imported my source and my target. Okay, now go to mapping designer. In this I have to drag the source and targets. SRC employees 10 is my source. And my target is STG employees 10. So drag this here. Now here, before going to taking an expression in incremental load, first we have to write here one SQL query. Okay, and properties we have to write generate one SQL query. Okay, before going to that, we have to take one mapping variable. For that mapping variable, go to mappings, click on parameters and variables. In this, we have to take one mapping variable. Okay, here you observe here a variable represents a value that can be changed during the mapping run. When if you want to take one variable mapping variable here, that value can be changed during the mapping run. Okay, so I want to create one mapping variable. The name is whatever the name you want to write. Well, that is your wish, but that is related, that is make understandable to the your project. Okay, for that I have to give the name here, incremental timestamp. Okay, this is one variable. This is the data type is date and time. Okay. Now here we have to give the initial value 01, 01 and 1900 because in any organization if we don't know when the company established, when the transaction is from which date the transactions are started. Okay, those details are we don't know. For that purpose, we have to give the one initial value. Based on this initial value, the transactions are displayed. Okay, means after this 1900, okay, after this date only, after this rate, this date records, it will show. Okay, if the company established in 1956, for assume that the company started in 1956. Okay, the 19 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 1956 in the first transaction is started in 1956. Okay. If the transaction is started in 1956, 1956 is greater than this value. Okay. 1900 is less than 1956. So that from that transactions dates only it displayed. Okay. This is less than this date is less than 1956. Okay. uh, like that those records will be displayed. If the transaction is started in 1901, okay, that 1901 is less than this date. Okay, so that date is less than this date, so it will take the maximum date. Okay, after this date only it will take. But we don't know the company started in 1956 or 2000 or 2012. We don't know the exact date. So that's why we have to give one initial date, date value. Okay. Based on this, we have to find those details. Okay. Those transaction details. Okay. That we have to give the initial value. Okay. Now click on OK. After that, in the source qualifier, we have to send everything to an expression. Okay. After sending these data to any transformation only, we have to write. We have the chance to write a SQL query here. Okay. We have to do the generate SQL query here. Okay, before doing that, we have to send everything to the one expression. I want to take one expression here, expression transformation. I need to send everything from the source qualifier to expression transformation. Okay, I will make it as a meaningful name. Here we are calculating. Here we are creating one variable port now, so that's why v underscore flag. When we want to see, when we have to see this, we are easily find out. Okay, variable port is not appear in this here, right? When we make any variable as a variable port, that will not appear here. Okay, when you double click on this only, that variable port will be appeared here, right? So that I will mention variable port here. If I see here, oh, I have one variable port here. Like that, I need to like that. I know easily. Okay. For this, I have one variable port here. For this, create one variable. Click on here. Create one variable port here. V underscore flag. When we mention here V, this is our understandable purpose. V means variable port. Okay. Make it as, this is date and time, right? So make it as variable port, and here we have to give the condition. What's the condition is set max variable. Set max variable. Go to functions, set max variable. Double click on this. In this, we have to mention increment. First, we have to mention incremental timestamp and comma. Go to force. Go to force. Sorry. Go to force and click on transaction date. Okay, validate it. Okay, it's validated. Click on OK. Apply. Okay. Now we have to send everything to the target. Okay. Okay. This is okay. We need to save this mapping. Click on repository and save this. Okay. Here we have to check this mapping is valid. Okay. Now we are going to generate the workflow. So go to mappings, generate workflow. Click on workflow with a reusable session, and next here we have to mention the session name and workflow name. Okay. Click on finish. Okay, go to workflow. Okay. This is our folder, right? Okay, open the mapping. What is our mapping name? Incremental load SRC2 stage. Okay. Double click on this and give the connections, source and stage connections here. Click on this one and give the relational connections. OTSRC dot, and this is my relational schema name. Okay. Now go to stage. This is my stage. OT stage dot and relational stage schema, and click on the normal, bulk to normal, and we have to truncate the table option. Okay. Now click on apply and OK. Okay. Now save this workflow. Okay. Now run the workflow. Okay, I will close the workflow and I will do again custom mapping, start workflow. Okay, it is succeeded. Check the records. Get run properties. Okay, 129 records in my source. Those 129 records move to the stage. Okay. Now we will check in STG employees time. Okay. We'll check in our state schema. Okay, how to estimate downtime. I want to, okay. Select star from STG underscore employees 10, right? Yeah, we have the records here. Count the records here, 129 records. Okay. Here we need to check the transaction date. Okay, which is the highest transaction date here? 2017 May. This is the highest maximum transaction date. Okay. Now here, go to session log, get run properties. Sorry, get session log. Here, look here. Initially, we have 0101 1900. We gave that date, right? So in that it takes maximum value. Okay, maximum transaction date. Okay, this will stored in our repository. Okay, every time it will change. When if any other maximum date will come, that will stored in the repository. Okay, that will show here incremental timestamp. Okay, now this date, the incremental timestamp having this date. Okay, shall we check? Go to designer. Sorry, go to workflow. In this, we have to check the persistent values. Sorry, right click on this. Right click on this. View persistent values. Okay, the incremental timestamp having this date. Okay, I will reset these values. Okay, and I will give another data here. Suppose in this, what is the maximum date here? Right here, I will take another date here. Control C. I will go to my SRC and I will paste here and I will change the records here. Change means I will add one extra date with maximum date 127. I'm giving here. Sorry, I will give here. Okay, 127 or 130 and 131. Okay, now I will change the date here. Where is the transaction date? This is hide date, right? This is transaction date. I will make the transaction date here from, okay, I will change to 2000, okay, 21. I will make to 21, 2021. I will make here 2022. Okay, first I will execute this one. first I will execute this one. Okay. Control enter. Okay, one row inserted. After this, commit COMMIT commit. See what happened is, go to my designer and save this mapping again. Save this one. Go to workflow, refresh the mapping. Okay, now, okay, validate it first and refresh the mapping and click on the save. Now, I will run my workflow. My workflow is succeeded because 4941. Okay, my workflow is succeeded. Go to run properties. Okay, 30 records are there. Now here we want to check the timestamp value. Okay. Okay, it will take the default value. Okay, here go to workflow and okay, here check the timestamp value, view persistent values. Okay, this incremental timestamp is having this, right? Okay, go to session log. I will, okay, now let's session log. Check at last, I think. Okay, let me see here. Okay, look here. This is my timestamp. This is my first. What is this? Mapping. This mapping variable having this last maximum date. Okay. Okay, variable. This date, this maximum value will be stored in the repository. Now I will again I will insert another record here. Okay, and click on the commit. Go to my workflow, reset these values and click on OK. Validate, refresh the mapping and click on the save. And now start the workflow. See what happened is, okay, 131 records are there. Now I want to check the timestamp value. this one. Yeah, see here, 2022 is the latest value. Okay, this value is stored in the repository. Yeah, this is mapping from source to stage. Now